Here we are with episode 6 of the weekly watch list. I want to thank you guys just for sticking with us, and we're going to keep pushing. But today, we're going to be talking about Tesla. This is definitely a hot stock, hot company, hot commodity, hot potato, all that stuff. But Priscilla's going to start us off here, and we're just going to get right into it.
All right, guys. Obviously, you know what Tesla does. We're not going to spend too much time on what they're doing at the moment, which is being an auto manufacturer at the time being. But let's talk a little bit about their mission, all right? If you guys don't know, all electric auto manufacturer. So what their goal is to try to reduce our carbon footprint and help our planet, essentially, right? Moving away from those internal combustion engine vehicles. Um, this company is very interesting because they're seeking out and always recruiting new engineers and the best engineers to work for them. Who wouldn't want to work for a great cause? This makes perfect sense. This company came onto our radar because of the way they operate and the way they recruit their employees. It's so interesting to us. Everybody wants to work for the best cause there is, and that's to better our planet. So obviously, the best talent is going to want to make the biggest impact, guys. And that's really what started us to start looking at Tesla. I mean, just an interesting company and always innovative. So let's get right into it.
Absolutely. It's not just about the company itself, it's their figure, who is Elon Musk, who runs everything. He is very vocal about like what he believes in and how he wants, like, just for the planet to be safe for future generations and things like that. So I think a lot of people get behind him, which is something that you like to see. It's good press for a company, especially one that's this big. And Vasily was saying that he didn't really want to get into anything other than the automotive sector, but that's not the only place that they're growing. I mean, obviously there's a huge demand right now for the cars that they're producing, but they have multiple business avenues. They're in the energy sector, obviously with like batteries and solar panels and all of these other things. Obviously, you've seen them. They make cars. That's how they're known. But they're also a software. They're also in the software sector, and they are doing a lot, like a lot, too much for us to just go to it
Yeah.
and to go into it in the video because it requires a lot of like details and
Yeah.
a lot of background knowledge that we have some of, but not a crazy amount. So there's definitely other videos and other things that if you want to research more about their software
Yeah.
and
Literally
get a little
always
bit.
always updating their cars with new software technology, and they're just crazy guys.
Yeah, but with the multiple sectors, it's more like if you were to invest in Tesla, you're investing in multiple startups. It's not just their.
An automaker. Like,
Exactly. It's not
yeah.
just an automaker that they have developed and ready to go and they've already started. They also have all these other little ventures that are ready to blow up just like their cars have. So I
Yep.
think you'll see that. We'll talk about that here in a second as well.
Yep. And guys, that's really what you get with an innovative culture like that. They're always pushing each other, and they always are keen to fixing mistakes or trying to go one step further. And with that, you see a very different culture from an automaker than traditional legacy automakers. So this is really why we believe that Tesla at this point has an insurmountable lead over every other internal combustion engine vehicle manufacturer. Like, traditional auto manufacturers, they have a process, they stick to the process, and they never deviate from the process. They don't want any innovation. They want it car on the lot, sold to customer. That they're point A to point B type people, and that's how they operate. And this is why we believe that traditional manufacturers, guys, are just going to get blindsided, and they're not going to know what to do when the time comes to convert to full EV vehicles here. So we believe that Tesla really just has a lead that just can't be caught up to at this point. They kind of have a monopoly, guys. It's kind of sick. If you're an investor, anyway. But some things to look forward to moving forward with the company. Obviously, really exciting. We got a Cybertruck coming out that has not hit any roads yet, so that's cool. They've announced a Roadster, which people are very excited about. On Battery Day, we got the new Model S Plaid, which is a very high-end car, which very few people will own, but that's also very exciting. And for mass market, we have a $25,000 car, which will reach mass market that has yet to hit production lines, guys. So that's going to be very exciting as far as them trying to scale their business. And it really just lets everybody know who's an investor, like, hey, maybe I haven't missed the boat on this one because really a bunch of their products aren't even out yet.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
And with whenever they announced the Roadster, it was like 6 months ago, I want to
Mhm.
say, but they sold out that next day. So they had to, like, the number that they had planned on making for release day, they sold out, so they had to change their numbers and make more.
Yeah.
So, and that was like 6 months ago, and it's not supposed to come out. Is it come out next year?
I believe end of
Slated for next year?
I think I heard end of 2021. I know Cybertruck will be out next year, guys. People have already pre-ordered that. The triple motor version coming out the end of next year as well. So they got too many dates coming up that I can't even keep up with them. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like this company's ridiculous.
And as well as coming out with all this new stuff, they announced on Battery Day that the cost of producing batteries, making factories, and extending vehicle range, all of their costs of production have gone down.
Yeah.
All of them, all three. Those are the
Insane.
big three that they have to worry about, and they've brought all three of them down.
And that's
Which
just
is just something that you don't see with, especially with those legacy automotive companies that you've been talking about. It's
no.
not something that they do.
Once they get that production line running, they don't care.
Exactly.
Let's move on though. So realistically, you might be thinking, all right, that's great, Tesla's great. How much growth is left in this company? We've seen them peak at the number 7 spot by market cap. Maybe a little bit inflated for their current earnings. I will agree. If you want this company, you're gonna pay a premium. Let's all just get over that right now. But huge but, they will be, in my opinion, the largest market cap company in the world in the next decade. You're talking about, as he mentioned, disrupting multiple sectors: energy, automobile, software, possibly HVAC. We heard that, but I'm not sure. Nothing set in stone yet. But the fact that Elon Musk mentioned that on Battery Day has me a little skeptical. They will be the largest company by market cap coming up, guys. It's just inevitable. It's just what's going to happen. It's what happens when you get a bunch of big brain engineers in the room who know what they're doing. I mean, they're just going to win.
Exactly. And the thing with that is, not even with those other avenues that they're taking, they're gonna lead in automotive. So already they're gonna rise above all their other competition. Like Ford and General Motors, just in the U.S., they're not gonna be able to keep up. They're already struggling, especially after the past few months with the pandemic. It's Tesla is keeping up with their delivery numbers.
Yeah.
They're the only. I'm pretty sure they're the only automotive company that has had profit over the past 6 months.
Yeah, no, honestly, and yeah, and I'm looking at it right now on their homepage. Like the touchless delivery, that's why they had the profit. Like their online orders.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you're gonna have those extra avenues, which is gonna up the market cap, and then obviously, if you own the automotive space, what else do you have to do?
Yeah.
You don't have to have all these other ones, but they're doing it anyway. So they always have more and more fallbacks if something were to go wrong. Like if the Cybertruck or something else doesn't sell well, right? It doesn't matter because they're still going to be making hand over fist money with all of these other avenues.
Yep. And with even with their technology, it's just bound to happen, guys. It's not. They just have such a sizable lead at this point. And
Exactly.
what's funny about that is that Elon Musk literally and he did that on Battery Day too. As I was watching the presentation, guys, he'll sit there and he'll be like, "Yeah, we're working on it." Whenever he does that, you just know he's underestimating it, guys. What happened with the Cybertruck? Doesn't pump it up too much, releases it, people go wild. With the Roadster, we're not hearing much, releases it, people go wild. He's consistently underestimating what they are doing and just completely blindsiding everybody else who's unaware of what's happening. Legacy automakers think like, oh, all right, maybe they'll just stop at the Cybertruck. Like they released an EV truck. Like, no, he's gonna say that they're not working on much right now, or he doesn't want to divulge information too quickly, and then he's gonna hit you with some crazy announcement. People are gonna lose it. They're not gonna know what to do. I mean, we saw tons of that on Battery Day. We're gonna keep seeing tons of it every single year that this company's operating. It's just what he does.
And that's exactly why the stock is not going to go down. It's just going to keep rising. This is a young company, and as we move away from gas engines, which is what we have to do in order to
Reduce.
be more green and
Yeah.
all those other things, like California has banned internal combustion engines to be sold
I saw that.
past 2035.
Yeah.
So in 15 years, they're not automotive, like other companies are not going to be able to sell cars that are not electric in California. So what's going to happen? Other states are going to follow.
Hmm.
That's just what they have to do,
Yep.
and it's one of those things that like it has to be for the better of
Our
like
Earth. Yeah.
us, like our next generations, or else they won't be able to live here. But the thing is like people are going to be complacent, like, oh, I don't want Ford to go under. Well, if they don't make a change, they are. And
Yeah.
Tesla doesn't have to make that change. That's the thing is all these companies are going to all these automotive companies are going to have to spend billions just to have something to compete with Tesla, who already has it created, already has it ready to go,
Hmm.
and are only just going to make improvements. So you got companies over the next 15 years trying to catch up with Tesla.
Yeah. And the great point that you made with legacy automakers trying to spend all this money to now catch up, even though it's an insurmountable lead that Tesla has, is the fact that what's going to end up happening is Tesla already has the software. These other companies are just twiddling their thumbs, still selling internal combustion engine vehicles. Tesla's going to get the opportunity to probably license their software, license out battery tech, license out all these things they've patented and have in their possession, intellectual possession and whatnot, physical as well. But they're going to get the chance to license all this out to other automakers for even more revenue because the other automakers are either going to try to save face and save from sinking by licensing that out. They're going to try to compete by hiring their own engineers, which I don't think will work because all the best ones are working at Tesla, let's be real. And either go bankrupt. I mean, there's really no other option there. What are you going to do? You're not going to. Tesla's already going to get the sizable market share in the EV space. It's just a given already. It's how much are these other players going to take away is the question. It's not whether they're going to be the dominant player. They are. Like, that's solidified. So.
Not to mention with that is Tesla's like software and everything that they do like behind the scenes is they're working on autonomous driving. So
Huge.
For if anyone doesn't know what that is, it's literally self-driving cars, like the future. Like everyone's thinking, everyone always thought the future. Oh, we won't have to drive ourselves anywhere. It's a lot closer than we might think. It's definitely been proven. They park cars already. Tesla's already parked themselves.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that tells you anything, is they're figuring it out. And even if it takes a year or two or 10 years, I mean, that gives them time to move forward, work out all the kinks, make sure everyone feels comfortable about it, because it's going to take a little bit of time at the beginning, because some people will think it's really cool and other people will be like, oh, that's not safe. But once they see it on the market in real life over a decent period of time, people are going to feel a lot more comfortable with it. So that's going to just lead to more growth over time. You might see exponential growth like immediately. It just depends on how they release it, how they see, like how the public sees it, things like that. But that's still going to lead to growth. Like there's not a people are excited about it, and it's not going to lead to a decline in their stock because they're releasing a car that can drive itself.
Yeah. No, there's going to be major hype.
Exactly.
And major revenue at that, because even with the sale of the autonomous driving software, which right now I think it's like 8,000, and they don't have to do any extra work because they have the software in the car. So once you give them the 8,000, they'll just install it into the car via software. That's pretty much pure profit if it's already built into the car, guys. But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. We're going to talk about RoboTaxis. So if they complete, and when they complete, I believe, autonomous driving, RoboTaxis, taxis that deliver you from point A to point B with no driver. People are going to want to get in one. People are going to see that they're cheaper. And this could unintentionally make Uber and Lyft bankrupt. Sorry if you're a shareholder. I'm not. But honestly, I see this happening. They estimated that when this does happen, they can make about 20 to 30K per taxi a year, which is a conservative estimate. And if they build a large enough fleet of these taxis in major cities, I can see this playing out really well for Tesla. And this could be really unintentional revenue here, but is a great way to add value to a company that has something that nobody else has. Who else is working on this, guys? I can tell you, no one's as close as Tesla is if they are. Um, this could be a huge
I mean,
opportunity for them.
yeah, absolutely. And like a lot of what we're saying right now is we have like the data of what they've already done. We have their plan for what they want to do.
Yep.
And after that, it's kind of projections and like how you feel about it. But one thing that we haven't talked about yet is that they're not included in the S&P 500, but they will be. So what we see time after time is when a company goes from just your normal stock that people want to put some money into, it reaches a certain point, it's there for a certain amount of time. Once it hits that S&P 500, money just pours in.
Yep.
Like right now, like I feel like right now is a good time to buy because once it hits that S&P 500, millions and millions of dollars are going to be poured into Tesla. So you want to be ahead of that curve and not after it, so you get the most growth out of it. And again, that's just how I feel about it. But of course, that's just their plan. We've given you the before, we've given you what they plan to do, and we're giving you the projections. But after Battery Day, Vasily, tell them all about that because they've got a lot of projections that look like a lot of revenue is coming their way.
Yeah. Okay. So before we talk about Battery Day a little bit more, let's get into Gigafactories and what they mentioned about Gigafactories at Battery Day. So, as you know, Gigafactory Shanghai built and up and running in less than a year. Who most companies take years to build a factory, let alone up and running in a year. They are currently building Giga Berlin, Giga Austin, Texas, and I'm correct me if I'm wrong. I think he mentioned going into South America eventually. Okay.
Yeah, not yet, but
Okay.
eventually.
But if they can complete these two next factories with urgency like they did the last one, their business will not grow in a linear fashion, guys. This is going to be exponential, and I think the buying time is now. I will be buying this stock for the rest of 2020. Period. If that's not enough for you, Walmart, big retailer, right? They use 18 wheelers, as we all have seen on the highway, right? They transport a bunch of commodities, products, all this type of stuff to their big box stores where people go in, buy them. You know what Walmart is. Walmart has put in an order for the Tesla Semi to transport their products. Walmart Canada, which is the one that I'm referencing currently, has tripled that order of the Tesla Semi. Do I need to explain anything else? Companies are seeing that it's more efficient to buy these EVs because they are cheaper to own, guys. What people don't understand is that electrical vehicles take less maintenance, they take less to maintain, less gas, right? We're not buying gas all the time. We can go home and charge it. I don't think people really realize that the cost of owning a Tesla is cheaper than an internal combustion engine vehicle. And when this 25K Tesla comes out, I think many more people will start to understand what that means. But Walmart has already taken a notice to this and has tripled their order. This is huge. Guys, we are moving towards EVs. We're not moving away from them. There's no growth left in ICE vehicles or the oil industry, okay? It's just going to be down from here. They might have a slight rebound, but it's over for them, guys. They're going bankrupt. Like, it's done.
And exactly, and with that, Elon Musk wants to scale enormously. He's he's trying to get 20 terawatt hours of energy production.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a terawatt is.
That's a thousand gigawatt.
I can't comprehend that. I'm sorry, I just can't. I like maybe it's just me, and that just sounds like a lot. You tell me if it is a lot, because
it's fucked up.
But 135 factories is what Elon Musk is estimating is needed to convert the automotive and energy markets for full sustainability. 135 factories. So it's going to be all over the place. It's especially all over the US, which is good for us as investors because if it's here, more people here are going to see it. So the US stock market is going to go higher, which is better for my pocket. But it's just simple stuff like that. It's just what we've seen so far is if he wants to do something and his company is able to, he does it. there's some things that may be far fetched every once in a while, and I mean, down the road maybe that happens, but think about it. SpaceX, they're
Ambitious,
sending people into space.
ambitious company.
They're sending people. He told everyone, I'm gonna send people into space. We don't have rockets. We're gonna put people back in the space station. He's doing it.
Yep.
Tesla, he's gonna have electric cars. He's gonna have autonomous driving. He's doing it. All this stuff. I mean, I just some things you have to take lightly, but with some of the things he says, it's like they're already in production and we just don't know it yet. He's like dropping a hint, like, "Hey, this is coming soon." Not we're thinking about it. We already did it. We're just waiting on the right time to drop.
And speaking of that, lastly to mention here, guys, before we get into that, Battery Investor Day. He mentions at the end, he goes, "Yeah, we might think about HVAC systems. This might be the next big hint. I'm not trying to call anything here. I might be crazy. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just a guy with an opinion here, but he mentioned HVAC systems. Do you want to get in before their energy business blows up? Do you want to get in before they release 4 new cars actually? The Cybertruck, Roadster, Plaid S, and the $25,000 affordable car? You probably do. And the semi. Sorry, 5. Sorry, 5. Do you want to get in before they finish autonomous driving? Do you? I mean, are you willing to pay that premium? Because I am. I think the stock is still 10x. ARK Invest has a price target of 1,400 after split. Right now we're sitting at around 400. Do you really need a dividend with this one, guys? Do you? Like, and the mission statement for the company is just great. They're just trying to make a better planet for all of us, guys. I mean, this one's just a no-brainer. Like any Tesla bears out there, I don't know what you're thinking. You might be clinically dumb. You might.
And obviously, like Tesla, Elon Musk. It's expensive, but in the end, it's worth it. Like right now, college kid, I don't have any money, but I'm selling some of my cheaper stuff, and if I can only get a portion of a Tesla share, I'm getting it. That's what my plan is tomorrow. So that's what I'm trying to do. I know Silly said he's going to keep pouring money into it by the end of
as much as I can, as quick as I can, guys. This isn't no pump it up and then sell the stock. This is a you buy it now and you just ride it out and keep smiling all the way.
Yep.
You don't even look at the volatility. You don't even check your portfolio because you don't even need to see it. You just keep waiting for those announcements on Twitter to come in from Elon Musk. So, anyway, guys, this is literally the only stock we're looking at this week. It's very intriguing. Battery Investor Day was slept on by a lot of people. They don't understand what this terminology means, what the technology means. If you simply read their graphs and just listened to them talk, as somebody who's not an engineer like myself, I'm still impressed. Like, the fact that they could reduce costs that much and all the innovation they're driving is just insane. I'm on board. Take my money. I'm pouring it all in there. But with that,
like he said, if you don't understand all this stuff, just because like I just told you I didn't know what a terawatt was. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You look at the graphs, read through, understand what you can. The stuff you don't, watch a YouTube video on it, because that's what helped me. I probably should have looked up what a terawatt was before this video, but again, we did things a little different this week. I want to thank you guys for coming back. Like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, remember that we are not advisors. We are not your financial advisors. We are not. We are just two guys on YouTube who are
just simpletons.
Simpletons. We're trying to make some money just like you guys are, and we're just showing you what we got, what we've learned over the past few weeks, past few months, past year. So thank you guys again. Like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys next time.